Today we're going to be talking about legends, and where do you fit into this picture? Out of the original 8 characters, what are you playing right now, and why? And how are you making it work for you? Because the most important thing about choosing a legend is making it fit your own playstyle. That's why I've never thought much of tier lists for weapons or for characters. There's a lot of things that are true. Obviously smaller hitboxes and certain abilities are going to make you better. Yes, I'm talking about you, Wraith. But just because a guy has a big hitbox doesn't mean you can just be talking behind his back like he's garbage. You gotta show Gibraltar some respect. Look at that face. Alright, it's pretty punchable. But his rocket barrage is no joke. And this game has a great supporting cast, and I don't mean that in a bad way. But the truth is that there's gonna be some characters that just appeal to more people than others. To me, the grappling hook is what made the crossover from Titanfall to Apex Legend feel so natural. And Caustic, I've actually seen a good Caustic player, and I was really impressed by the way he used his gas. There is a character for you. And the question is, how are you going to go about finding it? And how are you going to be finding it to play in your own way? Because you don't always have to play it in the same way as everybody else is. Just because you're Wraith, maybe you don't need to be super aggressive. It's one of the safest characters out there. You can loot with this character with both eyes closed, and you'll always get a notification that somebody's looking at you. It's pretty hard to get caught by surprise. At least that's what I thought until I started to play Bloodhound. I actually didn't touch Bloodhound till just last week, and I was not familiar at all with how it looked. And now that I see it, I'm like, oh my god, I was hiding in like certain spots when I knew I was fighting a Bloodhound without taking this into account. So you do want to experiment with all the legends so at least you know how to play against them. And this is going to be a lot easier now that the Battle Pass is going to reward you for changing characters. It's a win-win all around. What do you guys think about Bangalore? This is one of those characters that's put up right beside Wraith, because its passive ability practically makes you into the stim pilot. What do you guys think about that? Speed's kind of a relative thing, right? Because it's not always about just being the fastest on foot. What about being somebody that's faster to recharge their shields? Or what about somebody who's faster to react because they had a towel in the form of a gas canister covering a choke point? Same thing with smoke. If I can't see you, then you don't have to be very fast to dodge my fire. Unless I get past it, of course. So even though each character is the same base speed, their abilities is what's going to make them unique and faster in certain aspects of the game. And just like your character, players are just as unique. So you have to look into yourself and be like, I'm this kind of character. Don't always just pick based on the tier list like what you're seeing now. This actually only took me like 7 games to get. I think 5 out of the 7 actually were composed of what I call the Holy Trinity. I think there's definitely a rune like Lifeline, but even then most people will end up picking one of these 3. And personally, I think that any of these legends can work if they're used in the right situations by the right player. So good luck to all of you in finding your own legend.
This is where it ends.
Oh my god, we're caught in a quantum loop! We are never gonna see the... Oh, no, we're still in the same reality. I still can't aim. Damn it. But since I have you guys here, we might as well talk about legends. Octane is super hot right now because he just dropped. Everybody wants to play the new character. And I'm not surprised, it's a really fun one. Conspiracy theory time, it probably could have been part of the original 8 or 9 if you include Octane. But they always hold back one of the really good characters because they want you to like experience it after like a new present. But it's a stim pilot, come on. Obviously, as soon as they started making a Titanfall related game, you think stim. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the first characters that they developed. It's just such a fundamental tactical from the Titanfall universe. It's the most basic, it's just like, it's fast. What does Stim do? It makes you go fast. Like, what's Titanfall about? Fast. What's this game about? Things are pretty fast. This is a fast-paced game. At least I find it to be. And if you're somebody that's saying you just spend half the time looting, then that's your problem, man. Like, maybe you shouldn't be landing in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it's safe, but that's why you're doing it, right? You must like to loot. If you want to get in gunfights, then you got to go to places that are hot. That's just the way it is. But back to talking about Octane, I want to compare Octane to Bangalore. Because they both have this basic mechanic where they just go fast. You run faster. The only difference is that one is a passive and one is an active ability. So the difference is that Octane can use it preemptive to a fight. You can use it to position yourself, you can use it to loot faster, and that's pretty much it. It's just repositioning and things like that. But once you're actively in a gunfight, then they both act the same. Using it to stray faster, I see the use in that. But you can't do that more than twice in a gunfight without taking a break and healing. Like, I think you should be carrying med packs with this character. I found that I always needed them because I was using it for the repositioning and the quicker looting. I've always had a thing more so for positioning other than brute forcing my way. But it will depend on what weapons I have. Wingman R99 combo is the strongest combo I found. It only rivals the Wingman shotgun, or actually the R99 shotgun. I think those are the two, or I guess the three best builds, but they're just a variation of each other. I still want to talk more about Octane. The health regen, which is a passive thing, is actually not that much. And in most scenarios, it's not going to be enough to keep you in a fight. Just the same way that when you're using Lifeline, you still need med packs. In the middle of a fight, your drone is nice once you finish off a group and no one else comes. But if you need that health regen right away because you're going to get a third party coming in, or you're just not sure what's out there, you need your med kits. You need to heal up a lot faster than the drone can heal you up. And that's the same thing with Octane. That recharge is not fast enough for you to have a false sense of security that it's going to take care of you in most scenarios. You need med packs. You know what you need if you're going to be using an R99? Bullets, and tons of them. It's the only gun where you actually need like 5 stacks minimum if you're going to be rocking it full time. It's so fun to shoot. I found it so wild the first time I picked it up that I didn't pick it up for a long time, and finally I'm just like, oh, I want to try it again. And once you get better at the recoil, it is a ridiculous gun. This is probably my first time doing good with it, and then after this I was just sold. But let's loop around and talk about Legends again. Because now that the Battle Pass insensitizes changing characters, you're not going to see that Holy Trinity as much. You're going to see people branch out, plus Octane is a really good character, so you're going to start seeing people choose that. So for the people that were always finding that they wanted Wraith anyways, well, now that since there's another option, then you're going to see that that character is going to be opened up a little bit more. So I think it's a win all around. The variety with the Battle Pass is going to make people experience Legends a little bit more and maybe find something that's more suited to them. So all around, I think everything has been really good with this game. The timing of the Battle Pass, I think, was pretty good as well. I think it gave people a chance to just, you know, play regularly, not worry about stats, not worry about anything too competitive. And now with the Battle Pass, well, now you can really go ham because now there's something to be earned. When it comes to Legends, do you think that weapons influence, like, or does the characters influence the weapon choices? Do you think there's certain characters that are better with certain weapons? Does it make sense that Bangalore can go up close because once you start getting shot, you're super fast, so you can stray faster or dodge fire and do all that stuff? Does it make sense for somebody like Gibraltar to be out at a distance when they're ADSing anyways, and then they get the benefit of their shield? Is there things like that that influence, does that make him the better sniper? So if you guys have something to add to that, leave that in the comments section. And that's pretty much where I'm going to leave the end of this video. So I'm going to let this play out. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. And now is usually where I jump right back in. And these parts are mainly for people that don't want to, like, I don't like taking away time from an episode to, like, just talk about personal things or things that aren't really on topic. I know a lot of you think that I barely stay on topic as it is, but the main reason for that is because I'm trying to keep pace with the gameplay, so sometimes I need to skip around really fast if I want to, like, just cover a lot of topics. Like, I don't want to just talk about, like, 10 minutes on one thing and go super in depth like it's some sort of essay. You get what I'm saying, Holmes? What I'm actually trying to say is thank you for 20,000 subscribers. There's been a lot of people with me for a long time. I think we're finally hitting our stride. I know the kind of content I want to make, and I think I'm comfortable enough and more efficient that well, you guys kind of have seen the structure. It took me a while to kind of be able to put together a nice montage that stayed somewhat on theme, and also did the back end where there's more commentary and, you know, trying to keep it fast-paced and all these things that I'm trying to achieve, which I think are finally coming together. So for those of you who have been supporting me on that journey, thank you very much. It does mean a lot. So I didn't want to seem ungrateful. I just don't want to take up a whole episode to do that, and I don't want it to really cut into, you know, the next video and things like that. So this is going to be the time that I'm going to be doing that, and usually when I do make, like, comments like that, do more personal things, I'll usually put that at the end of the video. if we reach 100,000, then for sure I'll be able to put together a pretty awesome video by that time, because I assume by that time I'd be doing this full time. And wouldn't that be something? So thank you for your continued support, and I'll see you guys next time.